Welcome back to San Diego Cox Connection. We are so pleased and fortunate to be joined right now by the president of the San Diego Unified School District, Marne Foster. Hi, Marne.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
A pleasure to be here.
This is such an important part of making sure that our kids in our district, in our school district, are well informed, that they have all the latest technology. This is a great program, isn't it?
It is a fabulous program. It makes all the difference. In my sub-district of San Diego Unified District E, we serve 31,000 students, and 90% of those students are free and reduced lunch, which means that they meet the poverty guidelines, and 40% are English as a second language learners. It's critical that our students have access to technology at home as well as at school.
It's changed, hasn't it? The requirements and the necessities have changed, haven't they?
Right, they have, very much so. An example is in the classroom, students are demonstrating their knowledge throughout the teaching cycle. Before, students would demonstrate their knowledge at the end of chapter test, end of semester, or end of their class test. Now students are creating presentations, they're developing electronic portfolios. So it really requires that not only are they connected in the classroom, but homework looks different. So this piece is critical.
They're connected, but their families are also connected, maybe in a
Right.
way that engages the unit like they haven't been before, which is really important,
Right,
particularly in that district, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So another example of what technology looks like. So you may have heard a lot about the flipped classroom. So at home,
I hadn't heard of that.
well, the flipped classroom is an approach where teachers are filming their lessons and putting it on, for example, YouTube, or students would have access to the lesson at home.
Okay.
And so they would view the lesson at home, and then when they return to class, that's where they're actually practicing and doing what would traditionally be the homework. So now it's classwork. And then instructors are able to be right there and assisting the students. So it really has had exponential success for students. But that means that students have to have access to technology at home, and their families. And what happens when families are connected, and you may know this, is that whole families are learning through this process.
Sure.
Students are bringing their lessons home, and when you think about in my district where 40% are English as a second language learners, imagine what that looks like when in a flipped classroom scenario where students are bringing their lessons at home and their whole family can share into that process. It makes all the difference in the world.
What has this program meant to the district overall? I mean, obviously it's affected a lot of schools. They
Right.
go and they drop the crates off,
Right,
and
yes.
it's engaged, and so many businesses are involved.
Right.
That's kind of a nice synergy between the business community, your
Right.
school district,
Right.
and the families.
And what we, exactly, and so what we like to call it is this collective impact approach, collective impact. So as you mentioned, school, organizations, businesses, all coming together with a single focus on student achievement and improving the quality of life of families. And so when it comes around to technology, I mean, this has just been a model program. So we have Connect to Compete, making the internet affordable, $9.95 per month. And we have Computers to San Diego Kids, actually providing free computer systems. I mean, that really kind of, there's this digital divide, if you will, that we talk about, and barriers to access and to education. Not having that technology at home is a tremendous barrier that this collective impact has clearly addressed. This partnership with Connect to Compete and Computers to Kids is has impacted over 300 families in my district, and is
Wow.
growing.
Wow.
So
now that's real progress.
That's significant progress. That's
Yeah.
right.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Marnie Foster. Great to have you and explaining how important this program is.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. All right, when we come back, we're going to take you to a Cox Solutions store and look at some of the latest innovations. We'll be right back.
Do your children have what they need to succeed in school? Students with a computer and internet at home have a higher graduation rate than those without. And while more teachers assign homework online, having internet access at home is critical to the education and future of our youth. If your child is part of the National School Lunch Program and you have not had Cox Internet, you may qualify for the Connect to Compete program to get discounted internet service. Call 855-222-3252 or visit connecttocompete.org/Cox to apply.
In 1945, Navy widow Barbara Cox christened the USS Midway, which served America for 47 years. Today, 45,000 students a year participate in field trips and educational programs through Midway University. USS Midway Museum salutes Cox Communications and the James M. Cox Foundation for a $1.5 million grant to expand Midway's educational programs as they build a bridge between the greatest generation and America's future generations.
Cox is proud to support Junior Achievement San Diego and the more than 14,000 students served through J.A. BizTown each year. J.A. BizTown uses hands-on activities and real-life situations to inspire students to succeed in today's world. And part of today's world includes practicing safe online behavior. Cox Communications invites you to take charge of your family's digital life by visiting cox.com/takecharge for resources and tips on how you can protect your family's online safety.
The San Diego Regional Chamber of Commerce invites your business to join the Chamber Computer Challenge by donating your used computers.
Recycle and donate your computer today or pledge a future donation.
Computers to San Diego Kids will refurbish them for low-income families.
Your donation will help kids like us realize their dreams.
Respond to the challenge here.